Hi, my name is Adam Havrilla. Welcome back. This month we're going to take our beautiful bouquet and create this Victorian-esque, very romantic glass enclosed floral arrangement that's going to be suitable for any event or your home. The first thing we need to do is gather our items, which I had, the containers and the foam and the water, flowers, moss, a little bit of everything. I already pre-cut the foam. This is wet floral foam. Make sure when you purchase it, it says wet, not dry. It comes in green, it comes in gray. I pre-cut it to fit the base. As you can see, there's a lot of negative space around there. I want to make sure we have enough room for the flowers to go in on the side and for the dome to slip over. I'm using foil to protect my bases because we don't want them leaking the water in and leaving water on your counters. The first thing we're going to do is just set it into the water. You never want to push it down. You don't want to pour water over the top. You just want it to gradually go down. That way it absorbs water. If you pour water over the top, the only thing that's going to get water is the exterior. So let's just make sure it slowly goes down, and as you can see, it's starting to change colors, and that's how we know we are ready to go. And as you can see, it is just about finished up and the small piece is already settled in. So we are going to let it go. It is ready. Take it out and place it onto your foil. Let's get this little guy out. And we have one more, and then we are ready to go. While that is soaking, I'm just going to take the foil and wrap it around the base of the foam. And then we're just going to place it right there. We're going to do the same with the little guy, wrapping it around. And the moss, we're going to actually cover the foam once the design is together. You see how they have enough room there? Perfect. Now our foam is ready. We have the flowers ready. Let's get started to design. So, first things first. We want to make sure the flowers stay within the area so that way this will easily go over it. As you can see, there's not a lot of space, so we want to make sure the flowers stay there. When I'm designing them, I like to keep the domes next to them, so that way I can make sure that this flower is not going well past the dome, right? We want to make sure it stays within the dome. And let's start with our lily. Because this is the biggest dome, we need the biggest dome for the lily, so let's put that right into here. This is going to be a great, fun way to do a wedding shower or even a little birthday party. It's very fairy tale princess-like. What we're not doing, because I did not think about it, but what would be super cute is if you use some fairy lights inside and had lights twirling around the flowers. How pretty would that be? Next I'm going to do the gerb. See how it's pretty vertical, right? We want to make sure, again, we can fit everything in here. It's okay to readjust. I'm doing all my big flowers first. Put all your big flowers in, including let's do the carnations, including the carnations. I absolutely love these carnations. Aren't those gorgeous? Like a fun little ball of moss. So put one in there. How fun is this whole design? Next we have our gorgeous spray roses. These we're going to cut so we have little pieces that can go around and really layer them. Really have that tailored layer feel, so you have all these colors just everywhere. And you can see how I'm going around the back with it as well. I imagine this is going to be sitting as a grouping on a table, so we want to make sure that we have it beautifully all the way around the design. I'm going to take a rose that I cut the tip off, and I'm going to need that a little bit shorter. That way we have that. And let's put some little rows right with this one. This one's the hardest one because it's the smallest one. So, all right, that's about as far up as I'm going to be able to go. It's good to test them before we complete it so that way we know if it's going to work or if we're going to have some design troubles. This will even be great for Easter. But if you have different events, how cute would this be for Easter with Easter eggs inside and all that fun jazz? That would be real cute. Ostromeria. Let's take all of this foliage off. That way we have just the flowers themselves showing. And again, let's cut that stem off so we have all the individual pieces. And let's just pop them in, layering around. Always staying extremely vertical. So let's add the rest of our Ostromeria. Look how pretty that looks, even from the back. That's what we want to have happen. I'm gonna put one little bloom in here. I think we may have to take that out, but let's see if we can keep it in. All right, our daisies. These are pretty big and beautiful. So let's get these short and close to the foam. That way it'll cover up our mechanics of the foam, and it also, because of the weight of it being so big, it really does look beautiful. Making sure we get underneath the lily there. And now we have that. All right. Matricaria. This we're definitely going to want to pull the foliage off. The reason we pull the foliage off is it just gets too messy in the vessel, and we want to see the flowers and not all foliage. But the Matricaria is very much one of those dainty flowers. It's very like fairy wonderland kind of flower. It just looks so soft and romantic, so we definitely want to use this up. Taking all the foliage off again. Remember, we got to take that off. Let's try to do a couple on the small guy. And these you can get online. You can get them at Michael's, any craft store online. They come in many different sizes, so make sure you pick the sizes that you like, that fit for you. And the nice thing is you can use them over and over and over again, which is always great. The ruscus, we're not going to use a lot of this time. Let's only cut off single pieces, so we only have single units here. We don't want to have a lot of the heaviness of the ruscus. This literally, we're going to put in going around. And do you see how I'm putting them in backwards? So I'm not putting them out like this. I'm actually turning them around so they can cover up, and that way when we put the globe on it, you can see the face of it through the glass. We're not going to use the rest of this one. We'll save it for something else. All right, now it is the time to see if they actually fit. So what I'm going to do is take a little bit of reindeer moss, You can get this in your department, the floral department, online. I'm just going to put a little bit of reindeer moss to cover up the foil all around the design. And we're going to do that with all of them. We want to make sure that the mechanics are always covered. So let's see. So we're going to want to put this down, slowly pushing the flowers into it as we go. And the leaf doesn't work. Let's pop those out. Now's a good time to push up the moss to make sure it's covered. If you need to, you could take some more moss and just push it up in the glass to make sure we're covering everything. What do you think? Kind of cool, right? I think it's fun, it's timeless. Let's try the other one. Just slowly pushing the flowers into it. Well, that one was a bit easier than the last one. And our little beautiful one. So this one, put like that. And because it's smaller, it's easier to put the moss in right around the edge of the glass. How cute is that? Isn't that absolutely adorable? So there we have it, a completely Victorian-esque, very romantic floral with your bouquet. Who would have thought you could take that bouquet you bought in the store, grab some glass globes, and create a moment that's gonna last? Enjoy, remember, like and subscribe, and we will see you next month.